Hey guys, welcome to KHALEELA'S TV. Today we're gonna do a little quick meal prep for the week. I'm gonna be cooking some chicken and shrimp. Now, I typically meal prep on Sundays. Meal prepping for me is really awesome because I don't have to cook every night. It can be a little bit strenuous, and then when I'm stressed and I don't want to cook, I end up eating like fast food and stuff. So I tend to meal prep. It keeps me on track. All right, so let's jump into it. We're currently washing our meat. Alright, so I'm just chopping up my green peppers and my red peppers with my onions and just getting these things ready to season my meat. Alright, so here I'm adding some green seasoning to my bowls, and I'm also going to be adding in powder seasonings. Now, for the powder seasonings, you just want to season your meat so that it has flavor. You don't want to over season it to the point where it becomes salty, but you don't want to also under season it to the point where it has no flavor. So you just want to use your discretion on this one, okay? Okay, so here I'm just putting on the water to boil for the rice. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and a little bit of butter to the pot. And this is another thing that you just kind of want to gauge, all right? You want to not overdo it, not underdo it. All right, so here I'm about to start with cooking my meats, and I'm gonna do a little weird method for this one. It's called burning my sugar, where I add the oil to the pot and I let the oil warm for a little bit. Then I put just a little sugar in the pot so that it can give the meat a little bit of color, all right, so that the meat is not white. So you burn your sugar, and then I'm gonna stir the meat into it. You'll see how I do it and everything like that. Now, another quick tip with burning the sugar: you don't want to burn your sugar for too long because the meat will turn out to be bitter. So you kind of just want to warm up your oil, put your sugar on, throw your meat in your pot, and kind of get in, get out. Okay, so I'm just kind of stirring it around just so that it can catch a little bit of color. Then I'm gonna end up covering these pots for a little while. But I want you guys to pay attention to those bowls that I have in the corner. Those bowls have the marinated seasonings in it. So I'm going to add some water to those bowls and pour it into the meat for it to cook later on. Okay, so my vegetable for the week is zucchini and yellow squash. Yes, technically it is a fruit, but I'm gonna consider it my vegetable of the week this week. All right, so you do always want to just see your meal preps, pick a vegetable that you want to add for that week, whether it be broccoli, cauliflower, but this week mine is zucchini and yellow squash. And while the other things are being prepared, I just washed them and I'm cutting them up. All right. Okay, so here I'm just adding a little butter and ketchup to my pot just to make the gravy a little bit thicker. I'm also adding a little bit more water. So you kind of just want to gauge this for yourself as well, but you do want to add some butter and ketchup to your pot. All right, and on to the rice, guys. So we allowed the water to boil with the salt and the butter. So once the water is boiling, if you can see it's a little bit bubbly, we start to add our rice to the pot, and we're going to allow it to cook for a little bit. If you do need to turn down that stove, just gauge the flame for the rice. All right, and then I'm also going to do a fork test. The fork test is basically where I stick the fork in the pot, and if the fork falls, then it means that I need a little bit more rice, but if it stands, then I'm good. All right, so something that really helps me to have really yummy rice is once the water has completely boiled out of the pot, I then add plastic wrap over it along with foil, and this has made my rice taste so much better, and it also allows it to be very soft. Don't mind me yelling at my kid. Okay, so now it's time to do our veggies, fruit, whatever you want to call it. I add butter, a little bit of seasoning, just a little bit to flavor it, and then I stir it around. I'm gonna add a little water to this so it can steam. And you see those lovely bowls that I have to the right hand side. We're gonna add the veggies to those bowls because everything was done and I just kind of did it off camera. And that, my friend, is how I meal prep. Now, these are my dinner dishes. I may sneak one for lunch or so, but it does help me every night so that I don't have to order out if I am feeling a little bit lazy. Now, I do also add in avocado, a slice of avocado to this. However, I don't do that now. I do that on a daily basis. This is the only thing that's going to be placed in the refrigerator for now, and each day I'll cut my fresh avocado and add it to my meal prep. All right, guys.